That's right. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I am the executive consultant, joined today by the next doctor, reviewing this double header of Indiana Jones for the last movie of this franchise. And we're done. Finally done.
For now.
Yeah, well, hey, if this man can still pull off Indiana Jones after this movie, more power to you.
It is his destiny.
Yeah, it's his swan song, right? Yeah, he needs to lead this in the past, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, executive self next doctor. Thanks for joining us. Let's talk about a little bit Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. As Indiana Jones is trying to enjoy possibly getting into retirement, a blast from the past friend's daughter looks for him, tries to play a couple games, and then realizes she wants his dial. Also, this old German that he used to fight back in the day, who's a doctor who all of a sudden speaks English now. Anyway, he wants to dial. He's pairing up with the Americans and all this other stupid little crap, and they go search for this Dial of Destiny that apparently can turn back time, or they can go back in time and fix some stuff. Kill Hitler. I don't know what's going on. But a lot of stuff is happening in this movie. Let's talk about Next Doctor. What you got for us?
This movie it started out very interesting. I liked the technology. I mean, the technology is a place where we can have young Indy again. Young Harrison Ford was on the screen, and it actually looked good. And I actually happened to see it because it was on July 4th, and there was a special going. So the IMAX version of it was the same price as the regular version. So, and there were less people in the IMAX version. So I went to the IMAX version to see it. And on that huge screen, that high def, the deep fake for young Harrison Ford looked good. You know, it was really good. So technology is great right now. And that's why I'm thinking, there's a possibility that we could have another one because of technology.
People have to phone it in because you'll have to get a body double that kind of resembles it.
I'm sure that was a body double. They just mapped his face on there. We got all these AI voices. We can make it work. But anyway, for this movie, starts out, they got to have the flashback, fast forward. We got the dial, as you said, surprise visit from the daughter of a friend comes in. And really, they're throwing everybody in this. We've got the friend back from the first one, his friend from Cairo. Now we see that they're in America. So at some point along the journey, he helped them get to America. Even winds up introducing him as the one that allowed them to be able to get to America. So, everyone's coming back for this. Unfortunately, there were some parts that I missed because, I got to work, but I still enjoyed most of it. And, I really think that it was a good final act, and they didn't try to hide that he was older when they went to the present time. He was groaning. He was climbing on the rock. He paused there and was like, what am I even doing here? I should be in a freaking rocking chair, watching someone's movie doing this. There's been a theme throughout where even in this one, the hero, Indy, gets shot and it doesn't faze him. That's been a theme throughout. He gets shot, it kind of uses a plot point, but it doesn't really slow him down. In this one, he gets shot, it slows him down. So I like that they did actually show, hey, listen, he is older, should he really be out here? Possibly not, but, this is his destiny. This is what Indy does. He fights the Nazis to stop them from doing whatever the heck there is that they're doing. Come to find out, the whole, reason why the Nazis wanted this, so they could go back and do things the right way, actually do kill Hitler, but, still go through with, all of his plans. Turns out this wasn't even a regular time machine. This was just something, this was a call for help. Come to find out it's just a call for help. And, we see that it was actually his destiny. When they finally unearthed his body, Archimedes' body, he had a watch. Our Nazi guy, he died. He took his watch. It was the way it was supposed to be. I do like how they wrapped all of that in. The propellers from the plane that crashed. I do like that they made it complete. And I like, as I said in our last one, I like continuity in my movies. They gave me that for this one. You know, he was during the chase scene. We still saw Indy still had his mind, even if his body couldn't quite keep up. This was a great Indiana film, a great way to send them all. And again, we get, I believe it was Mary, at the very end coming through. His long lost. What was it? Was it Mary? What was her?
Mary. They were in the middle of going through the divorce. Marion, I think is what it was.
Yeah, yeah. So coming in right at the end.
Shia is dead.
Huh?
Shia LaBeouf's character is dead.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf's character is dead. They're they definitely didn't pass the torch. They killed him off. So further cementing that this was just about Indy. I don't think if they were going to pass the baton to someone, I think they would have done it, and they didn't do that in this one. They showed that the daughter, the friend's daughter was capable. She was capable throughout the movie. She didn't quite have the same mind that Indy does, but she was still capable throughout the movie. But I don't think they passed the torch to her either. I think it was just, hey, this is the Indiana Jones franchise. That's it. We don't need to have any spinoffs. We're just going to send them home. This is a complete story. And I can appreciate that. Going back to you talking about the Fast series, I mean, that's gotten, 2 spinoffs of it? Or maybe just the one? Just the one spinoff with Hobbs and Shaw. So, and that was one too many. So,
which we have to review that franchise. It's coming. We don't have a choice.
So I do appreciate that they had, just a complete story. They're keeping it in the house, one universe, one story, Indiana Jones. They wrapped it up in the best way possible. He was ready to stay back there and experience history because, again, he's still an archaeologist at heart. But, the people here needed him. So at that moment, knocked him out, brought him back, and it was a good payoff. We got to see Mary in the end, and I think it was worth it. What say you, executive consultant? How did you feel about this movie?
You know what? I tell you, there was a highlight of this movie to me, and that was actually Wombat. I really liked her character in this movie. I thought she just really kicked ass in this movie, and I like to see the progression she made as somebody who's totally selfish to somebody who still was selfish, but had a little bit of that. Okay, I do have a little bit moral code in here, and Indy is somebody who means a lot to me. And she just kicked ass. I just really, really liked her character, and that little boy that was with her. And I don't like most kids in movies, so I thought he was fine. I mean, it really was. It was nice to see. You could tell whoever made this movie is a James Bond fan. I mean, they went out and casted Lashif from Casino Royale. After they casted Sean Connery as his father. You know what I'm saying? You're like, come on, man.
The parallels are certainly there. Yeah.
He played a little bit of Lashif, but he plays a lot of his characters the same. But the guy who plays whatever the doctor's name is, but still very, very good. Wasn't a fan of the time travel aspect of it. But once again, it pretty much happened. He got what he wanted in the cave, and he got what he wanted. That's the cause of your undoing. I like the tease at the end where it looked like this is how Indiana Jones was going to end. He was going to stay in BC.
And it was plausible.
It was plausible. It made sense. I was like, okay, all right, well, yeah, this is the way he could say. I mean, a lot of characters, a lot of people, actors, you may not know this. Well, I mean, I'm talking about you family niggas watching, but a lot of actors that come back to play a movie for the final time sometimes says, "Kill my character, so I don't have to come back, or I don't want to come back anymore." Shout out to Daniel Craig. But it does happen, and I thought that maybe Harrison Ford was saying that here, like, "Hey, I don't want to play Indiana Jones anymore. I'm old." Truth be told, Harrison Ford just celebrated birthday, I think, last week. He just turned 80 years old. He was like 77, 78 when he made this movie, right? So, one, I'll talk about the unbelievability, and I'm not even sure that's a word, but I'll say it, unbelievability of him actually being able to do all the crap he was doing when he was present in Indiana Jones, okay? No 77-year-old man should be beating up the people like he was beating up people in this movie. I'm sorry. And not saying he was doing it like he was in old school, but shout out to Next Doctor. He was saying, like, you could see he was old, blah, blah, blah. And I see that, but he still was kicking some ass in that movie.
I mean, he still was. The whip was still putting in work.
And, the whip wasn't putting in work when he was in a room full of guns. But
don't bring a whip to a gunfight.
Yeah, don't do that. And that just shows you the times are changing. But yeah, I can't say I like the fact that she hit him because she kept saying that. The scene was going on a long time. So she kept saying, no, come with me. Okay, I'm sorry. And that's it. Like, yes, thank you. You're being stupid. Get your ass back to the 20th century. You're going to stay here so you can die. Get the hell out of here. So I thought it was a good ending. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of the time travel per se because it just didn't make sense. And I don't understand why they just kept shooting, and then turn their ass back around. I mean, clearly they weren't where they wanted to be. I also don't understand how there's another airplane or smaller, even though it's smaller, but there was another airplane that I was shooting at that. I mean, I didn't understand that, but that's fine. It was just a little weird, but that's how it is at Indiana Jones. Speaking of Indiana Jones, we are done. Find out what we're reviewing next Tuesday, the new franchise, and find out what we're reviewing on Thursday. Stay with us. You're watching Unpopular Review.
Trade. Consider the vamp, the champ, the tramp. And now the most perfect casting of all, Steve Martin, the jerk.
It was never easy for me. I was born a poor black child.
Meet Nathan Johnson. He's poor.
You mean I'm gonna stay this color?
And he's eager.
This is the kind of music that tells me to go out there and be somebody! But name him.
Let him go.
He may not be perfect, but he's the only jerk we've got. Steve Martin, the jerk.
Yellow.
Primrose Everdeen. Prim! I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute.
And so it was decreed that each year the 12 districts of Pan Am shall offer up in tribute one young man and woman between the ages of 12 and 18 to be trained in the art of survival and to be prepared to fight to the death.
I just want a good show. That's all they want.
There's 24 of us, Cal. Only one comes out.
Going to be an interesting series. The books were definitely nice.
Yeah, that was a series I did not want to watch, and I forgot why I ended up watching it, but we'll talk about it next Tuesday as we go on our Hunger Games franchise. Today we're talking about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. The last, we think, Indiana Jones movie. Not for nothing, like I said, I like that phrase lately. Not for nothing, I actually wouldn't mind seeing a Wombat spinoff. I really liked her character that much. I think she was good. I think she was charismatic, and I think it will work as a spinoff or a streaming service television miniseries.
I get it. I get that, you see something in the franchise like, oh, I like that. I do want more of it. But I think in the overall theme of Indy, we should just let that franchise go. It was a great run. We've got some great stuff out of it. I could have seen other things, spun off from the other movies, but, I think it's fine where it is. I do agree. She was definitely, the most capable, co-star that has been for Indiana Jones. I mean, it was kind of, toe to toe. She was doing her thing. Indy was doing his thing. And, they were both definitely stars on the screen. But I think not for nothing, it's just ready to put this whole thing to bed. Let's enjoy the memories that we've had. We got a great ending in this, gets back with Barry. They reconnect in the story off into the sunset. Put it to bed. But that being said, final thoughts, thumbs up, thumbs down. I said thumbs up for me. It definitely completed the series in, I think, the best way they could. So, thumbs up for me. Here we go.
I said the last one was better than 3, 2, and 1. And this one, I thought was better than 4. Gets a thumbs up for me. I actually enjoyed this movie than I enjoyed any other Indiana Jones movie. I just thought it was very good. Partially because of Wombat. But it was just a good movie to me. I liked it, like the villain. It was just, I can't say enough about it. I recommend anybody see it. But good wrap up for Indiana Jones. Speaking of wrap up, it is a wrap for Indiana Jones. Dial of Destiny, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Crystal Skull thingy, whatever you want is over. Looking forward to the Hunger Games as a fat guy, so waiting to see that one. But join us on Thursday for The Jerk as we continue our 6th month. And looking forward to that one. So for the next Dr. I'm the Zach Consultant. We'll see you right here next time on Unpopular Review. Good night, everybody. Oh, I wish I had any other.